So we're going to talk about a project that I was part of and that Spencer Johnston in the entomology department was also part of. There's a large group of scientists that sequenced the genome of the common bedbug. Bedbugs are a big pest. They're very small insects that have been associated with humans for a long, long time. They're unique in that they only feed on blood, and usually human blood. They will feed occasionally on some pets, and maybe some birds, but mostly they specialize on human blood. And they come out at night when you're asleep and feed on your blood. And so they were around for thousands of years, but with the advent of modern pesticides, they all but disappeared from the industrialized world in the 1950s. But in the last 20 years, they've come back. They've come back with a vengeance, and they're very prevalent. They're all over the news. They're in all 50 states here in the U.S., and they're especially prevalent in low-income housing and in housing for the elderly. So there are different explanations that have been proposed. I think it has to do with the fact that there's a lot more global travel now. People move around more, they move things around more, so they can move bedbugs around with them. But also bedbugs have developed resistance to all of our known insecticides. By sequencing the DNA, obtaining the genome, we've identified all of the genes that are in a bedbug. So this opens up the possibility for us understanding why it is that bedbugs have resurged and why they have become so successful. And in knowing that information, it provides us the chance to go in then and target specific genes to control the bedbugs. If we know which genes are critical for their survival, we might be able to shut those genes down or alter them in some way to prevent bedbugs from being able to survive. Having the genome is a valuable resource that any researcher in the world has access to. And so many people are looking at specific genes for, say, insecticide resistance that they might be able to overcome by developing new insecticides that the bedbugs are not resistant to. This whole approach of targeting genes in organisms for their control is an approach that's being used across the spectrum in agriculture and urban entomology as a new and exciting opportunity for controlling pest species.